Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating, yet sometimes troubling world of modern science. You see, science, in its purest form, is a noble pursuit, a relentless quest for truth and understanding. But even the most noble endeavors face their share of challenges. And trust me, the scientific community is wrestling with some big ones. We're talking about issues that threaten to undermine the very foundation of scientific progress. We're going to expose these problems to the light of day because, frankly, these issues are too important to ignore. We're going to take a hard look at 7 key problems, as identified by 270 scientists who responded to a survey about obstacles to scientific research. Buckle up, because we're about to journey into the heart of what ails modern science. Let's get started. Let's talk about money. I know, it seems like a crass topic to bring up when we're talking about the pursuit of knowledge, but the reality is, science is expensive. Telescopes, labs, research materials, they don't pay for themselves. Securing funding is a constant battle, and it's not just about getting enough money, it's about getting the right kind of money. Short-term grants might be great for quick studies, but what about the big questions? The ones that require years, even decades of research. And then there's the issue of who's funding the research. Are there strings attached? Is it even possible to have truly objective research when someone has a vested interest in the outcome? In the world of science, not all studies are created equal. There's immense pressure to publish groundbreaking, headline-grabbing findings. And look, I get it, we all love a good eureka moment. But this pressure can lead to poorly designed studies, cherry-picked data, and a whole lot of hype over very little substance. We need to prioritize well-designed studies, even if the results aren't going to set the world on fire. And for the love of science, let's be transparent about our methods. Share your data, share your analysis. Let the scientific community do what it does best: scrutinize, replicate, and verify. Here's a cornerstone of good science. If you run an experiment and get a result, someone else should be able to repeat that experiment and get the same result. Sounds simple, right? Well, it should be. But in recent years, there's been a growing realization that a shocking number of scientific studies simply can't be replicated. Imagine my surprise. I mean, this is not some esoteric point of quantum physics we're talking about. This goes to the heart of the scientific method. We need to take replication seriously. It's not glamorous, but it's fundamental to scientific progress. Before a scientific study sees the light of day, it goes through a process called peer review. The idea is to have other experts in the field evaluate the study, check for errors, and make sure it's up to snuff. Sounds good in theory, but in practice, the peer review system is far from perfect. It can be slow, it can be subjective, and it doesn't always catch errors. Sometimes, groundbreaking studies get rejected because they challenge the status quo, while flawed studies slip through the cracks. We need to rethink the peer review process and find ways to make it more transparent, efficient, and, well, less prone to human bias. Imagine this. You're curious about a scientific topic, so you go online to learn more. But when you find an article that seems promising, bam! You hit a paywall. Access denied unless you shell out some serious cash. It's a problem, folks. A lot of scientific research is locked behind these paywalls, accessible only to those with expensive subscriptions. This is a major barrier to the dissemination of knowledge. We need to make scientific research more accessible to everyone. Open access journals, preprint servers, these are all steps in the right direction. Let's make science a conversation that everyone can participate in. Scientists can be terrible communicators. We get bogged down in jargon, we assume everyone knows what we know, and frankly, we're not always great at telling a compelling story. But here's the thing. In today's world, effective communication of science is more important than ever. Misinformation is rampant, and it's spreading faster than ever before. We need scientists who can engage with the public, explain complex topics in a clear and engaging way, and, dare I say, make science cool again. Let's talk about the human cost of scientific research. Being a scientist, especially a young scientist, is incredibly demanding. The pressure to publish, to secure funding, to land that coveted faculty position, it's a pressure cooker out there. And all too often, mental health takes a back seat. Long hours, job insecurity, and the constant pressure to achieve, it takes a toll. We need to create a more supportive environment for young scientists, one that values their well-being as much as their research output. So, there you have it, 7 big problems facing science today. It might seem like a daunting list, but hey, I'm a scientist, and I'm an optimist at heart. By acknowledging these challenges and working together to find solutions, we can strengthen the foundations of science and ensure a brighter future for discovery and innovation. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Let us know in the comments what you think are the biggest challenges facing science today. See you next time. Let's keep those cosmic conversations going.